This might sound like something straight out of a horror movie, but I assure you, it's 100% true. It all happened 24 years ago when my husband and I were newly married and moved into what we thought was just a normal townhouse. The building was managed by an older woman, a real piece of work. She chain-smoked Camel non-filters and had a deep-seated hatred for, well, pretty much everyone, but especially us. She didn't like that we had a kid, and she definitely didn't like my husband because of his race. We had a lot of issues with the apartment. No heat, faulty wiring, and a garbage disposal that was held together with duct tape. The landlord, let's call her Juno, didn't care. We had to use space heaters just to keep warm. One cold afternoon, after feeding my 9-month-old, I brought him upstairs for a bath. The bathroom was freezing, so I had one of those space heaters sitting on the counter. Everything seemed fine, until it wasn't. Out of nowhere, the heater started to rock. I knew something was wrong. Something felt off. I had this horrible feeling of dread wash over me. I knew I couldn't get us both out in time. I grabbed the baby seat, lifted him out, and dropped him onto the bathroom floor just as the heater crashed down. It missed him by inches and shut off on its own. But then, the room got darker. The shadows seemed to crawl out of the corners, and the smell of cigarette smoke filled the air. Camel non-filters. I knew that smell too well. It was like she was standing right there, glaring at me. I grabbed my baby and ran downstairs. I couldn't bring myself to go back up. The smell, the darkness, the hatred. I could feel it all. I stayed downstairs until my husband got home. He didn't believe me. Checked the bathroom, found nothing out of place. He laughed it off, but that wasn't the end of it. Later that day, we heard shouting from downstairs. It was Juno's son. That's when we found out she'd had a massive heart attack in her office earlier that day. Camel non-filter still in her hand. Was it her spirit, angry and vengeful, making sure we knew she was still there? Or was it something darker? All I know is, I'll never forget that day. Ghosted, true stories of the unseen. Don't forget to subscribe. If you dare, they're watching.